Now, some people have taken a look at antibiotic volume and try to use that as a metric to try to get a handle on responsible use or even resistance. What sort of metrics are you using at Pipestone?
We should know how we're using the drugs we're using on farm, and we should keep a record of that. It's pretty hard to convince someone you're being responsible with antibiotics if you don't know how much antibiotics you're using. And so we're all about promoting good record keeping and benchmarking year over year our antibiotic use that is necessary through the interaction of a veterinary client-patient relationship. We don't believe in arbitrary reductions in antibiotic use, and that's in Europe that has been employed, I think, as a primary means of addressing society's concern about antibiotic resistance. We think that arbitrary reductions in antibiotics at the farm level are not necessarily the most prudent way to approach it because it might not be the best thing for the pig and the pig's health, and it might not be the best thing for society as it relates to food safety, et cetera, et cetera. Our approach has been more about let's focus on all of the tools we have to manage pig health, antibiotics being necessary to treat in bacterial infections, and move forward in a way that we can track antibiotic use over time and hopefully see the right trends.
Now, there was a report that came out of FDA last year that showed significant drops in the use of feed antibiotics, but then there was actually a spike in injectable. What does that tell you?
I think that producers or farmers today are looking at different ways of delivering antibiotics. I think the reduction in the feed antibiotics could still be following the trend for more veterinary oversight. We need to continue to employ all the tools we have, whether it's treatment by injection, treatment by medication through the water, or treatment by medication through the feed. I also think that it's critical that these treatment decisions are being made in conjunction with veterinary consultation through the proper veterinary client-patient relationship, that producers are working with a veterinarian that is very familiar with their operation, that has regular visits and understands the health and the overall production practices of the farm. I think early on there were a lot of farmers that were very aggressive at pulling out antibiotics, and I think it was a good effort to see what was necessary and what wasn't necessary. Many of them discovered that those underlying health challenges that they had been using the antibiotics for previously for treatment were still there. One of the things that we've identified is that farmers and our customers have today become more interested in disease elimination. And so Mycoplasma hound pneumonia at the sow farm level has been one that we've seen an increased amount of interest in. Farms that are Mycoplasma hound pneumonia positive tend to have more challenges in the growing pigs that were produced from that sow farm, and that requires more antibiotics in late finish. So when they compare their antibiotic usage to other farms, they see that they're using more drugs, and so one of the solutions has been, well, let's go back and eliminate that disease from the sow farm. We think it's going to improve the health of the pig. We think it's going to be more profitable for the producer, and we think there will be a resulting decrease in the amount of antibiotic use.